In a recent video from Miles Bell with Dave's Engines on behalf of Dave's Auto Care, he asked a question for the transmission industry.
This transmission is noticing a really bad torque converter shudder, that almost like rumble strip type feeling that's going on here. The other thing that we're hearing some people do is if there's any issues, never flush it, which just seems crazy to me. So I want to know your guys' opinion out there, what you think, especially you transmission people that have more experience in the transmission world. What would you do?
The first step in policies and procedures is qualifying the customer and gathering detailed information such as what is the customer's concern and when and how does it happen. The next thing we want to find out, is there any previous maintenance history or repairs been done on the transmission, and this includes under warranty. A simple phone call to your local dealer with the VIN and requesting what is called the warranty transaction history in investigative vehicle history. This can give us clues to any previous repairs done by date and mileage. A thorough inspection of the vehicle to ensure that it is safe to drive, and fluid level and inspection to ensure that the transmission is not overfilled or underfilled, and that we can check for any DTCs or related bulletins to the concern. Some may be remedied with what is called a 20-quart flush, which is a one-to-one exchange for a converter shudder only and not for a shift complaint. On a test drive verifying the complaint as the consumer describes it, I want to monitor the TCC slip rate for signs of locking and unlocking the converter when the shudder happens, transmission fluid temperature for erratic and unstable values, and note any shift feel concerns. Now, when doing a bulletin search for proper repair procedures to alleviate specific concerns, most of them are very encryptic, which I've stated before in a very long drawn-out process video on a customer's complaint after a rebuild when the vehicle sits for 2 days. It will have a delayed engagement into drive only, so be careful. Many of these videos you can find in my bio on TikTok through the 8L90 folders to aid and assist. The myth on whether to flush or not to flush determines on the diagnostic process, determining whether a repair or replacement is necessary or if a one-to-one fluid flush service can be recommended. The reason being is that we need to determine the converter clutch efficiency, because in 8L90 transmissions, they use a low viscosity fluid that absorbs moisture, and it can cause a shudder condition, as to why I'm recommending servicing this unit every 25,000 miles. During the diagnostic process, if a shift complaint is present or the vehicle may exhibit a delayed engagement into drive or reverse, an internal problem may exist, such as a worn actuator feed limit valve bore and worn signal feed pulse dampeners. Delayed engagements can be due to low line pressure, or the front stator support needs to be updated for a drain back concern from the converter. Also note any software update enhancements for any complaints. Performing a fluid one-to-one service and filter change will not remedy those concerns and may open a can of worms. To wrap this up, when determining whether to flush or not to flush relies on the training of the technician and their diagnostic skills to determine the appropriate repair that is necessary. But I'd like to hear more from the transmission industry, and let me know your thoughts in the comments.